Hey everyone, Lee here for this week's Pedalboards of Doom news, and you might be thinking, hang on a minute, it looks a little bit different, and that's because I've changed my setup, so don't worry, still the same old, but I'm not sitting there, I'm sitting here. Yeah, I think it looks a little bit nicer with all my pedals. Anyway, look, come on, let's talk about this week's news, because there's a bit to get through, and there's some really cool stuff as well, so let's have a look. Right, first off, we've got a really interesting offering from Benson. So we've got this, and this is their Germanium Fuzz. So it's really like, they're not shouting out, it's called the fridge or the heater or anything like that. It's just called the Germanium Fuzz, the Benson Germanium Fuzz. And it's interesting because it has temperature control in it. So it's got a little heater in it from what I gather. It might even have something called phregistors in it. So phregistors are resistors, but instead of giving off heat, they give off cold. They're really weird. Anyway, this will control your germanium components. So anywhere between 0 and 38 degrees Celsius, which is in the 90s, I believe, in terms of Fahrenheit. So that's between freezing and bloody hot. This will regulate the temperature of them. Now that's important because germanium transistors, if they get too hot or too cold, they sound not very good. So this is why you hear stories of people keeping their germanium pedals in the freezer and such like. So this is a really cool idea. It's not come out at the best of times. Apparently the guys at Benson were looking at doing this before we were all locked down and couldn't gig. But you know what? It's not going to last forever, and this is going to be a cool thing. Prices are $299, and yeah, it runs at 9 volts. It makes me wonder what the draw on it is, because heating things and cooling things is quite hungry in terms of power requirements. So yeah, I do wonder how that will affect it. Right, next one, Fuzz. Now these are a Japanese company who will really like the free to tone stuff. They make, like, I think it's called the Time Station and these sort of things, the stuff that looks like it should be in the back of a DeLorean. It looks really cool, but it sounds bloody good as well. They make delays, reverbs and these sort of things. This, however, is a little bit different, and the reason this is a little bit different is it's quirky. So this is a looper, but what they're saying it's a looper, they're calling it the Motion Loop, the ML1L. I don't know why they've got more L's in there, but it's not. This is a sampler. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to play a little riff, and then you're going to record that little riff into it, and you're going to play with it. You've got pitch shifting, loads of different types of ways of controlling it. What's cool about this is it's got 32-bit processing, you've got MIDI built into it, loads of different little bits that make this look like a really cool bit of gear. I fancy this one. Yeah, I think this one looks really good. So yeah, well done Fuzz. Moving on, we have D'Addario, the guys who are famous for making strings, really good strings. And now they're making boards, and they're not as good as the strings, let's put it that way. These boards are interesting because, you know, we've all got to the point where we've filled up our board, and then we're like, oh, I wish I had a bit more space so I could fit, I don't know, my Dimension C on it. I might even put this underneath my board, but fantastic pedal this is. Anyway, yeah, you know what I mean. So we get to the end, to the extent of our board, and then we're like, oh, but I want to put this on it. I want to put that on it. Well, they've made it so it's telescopic and it reaches out and it can extend. That's a good idea, but there are downfalls to it, because usually with a board we'll have a carry case, especially if we're wanting to extend it. So it means we're going to be going out and gigging, probably, and then obviously the bag isn't going to extend. You know, so. I don't know. Anyway, look, the thing that sets this off for me is the price, because just to get the small board alone is €109. I've only got the euro prices here. If you want the bag that comes with it, you've got to pay an extra €90, 89 to be precise. The large one is €209, and the bag for that one is 159 euros. So there are other options which come up at that sort of price point, and they're worth looking at as well. This is going to be one of those things where I think the beauty in it we haven't realised. I reckon that some people are going to get these and say, oh, what you didn't realise is when I'm doing X, Y and Z, it does A, B and C, and that's amazing. And we're all going to go, of course, why didn't I think of that? So yeah, it's a really good outside the box kind of idea, but let's see what happens. Let's move on to something else that was a bit outside the box, and that was the Acoustasonic range. Fender are releasing one lot of Acoustasonics after another, year upon year. I don't see anyone playing these. Who's buying these? I'd love to have a go of one. When I first saw them, I was not very impressed. I was one of the that doesn't look very nice sort of people, but they're growing on me. The more I see them, the more they become more of a mainstay, but I'm not seeing anyone playing them. But there must be, because they're just releasing line after line of these. The latest line is these, and these are offsets. These are Jazzmasters, and I don't know too much about them. We're not even sure that this is official, but from all the photos that that we see here, I think it is. These are 2,000 euros, so 1,999 euros. That's a lot of money. These have to be very, very, very good. I have seen reviews of people talking about them, saying they're fantastic, but yeah, let's see, because these ones actually look really, really nice. I think they look better than the normal Jazzmasters, but that's my own personal opinion. Okay, let's see what happens with them, and we'll bring you more news as we have it on them. Next, we have the TB-2w. So that's the tone bender by Boss and Solar Sound. They have collaborated together to bring you a limited, and I say limited, there's 3,000 of these things, so not that limited, but they're well, I say that, they're all sold. But they they announced it a while back, and now they've released the time that they're going to be coming out and how much they are, and that's what everyone wanted to know. They've even put a pre-order in for it, so you can pre-order them for £50, and these are going to cost £399, or I think it's 349 euros. I don't know what it is in dollars, but you can work it out. It's probably going to be about $450, $500, something like that. Anyway, they've gone. Everyone's got one. I've got one. So yeah, they're super, super, super cool. There is some controversy around it though, okay? So a lot of people going, well, why are we paying so much money for a Boss pedal? Why are we paying so much money for a 2-knob fuzz? Go and have a look at Macari's website. Go and have a look at how much the Solar Sound fuzzes are. You cannot get an official Solar Sound product for under about £400-500. This is the cheapest Solar Sound product on the market today. If you want one of the old ones, which I think this is modelled on one of the old ones, if you want one of the old ones, you're paying thousands, my friend. Thousands. Go and watch my video I've done on a 1968 tone bender recently. Might not be out yet, but when it is, go and watch it. They are phenomenally expensive. So this, without doubt, is a bargain. Not only that, you're getting the reliability of Boss, and it actually has like a little switch to adjust the voltage that's coming through it. So you get more or less 3 versions of that tone bender, whereas on a proper big one, which are huge as well, you're only getting the one. So you're getting 3 pedals for half the price of one. That's a bargain. And they're going to be worth a fortune in a couple of years. I will bring you a video on it as soon as I've got it. Right, lastly, we've got some really nice news, and it's just a sentence, just a quote from Mr. JC Curley, the MD of Gibson. I believe he's the MD. He has said, in the last year, more guitarists have been creative and engaged than in the last 10 years combined. I'm guessing he's basing that on his sale figures, but that's really great news. You know, give people a bit of time and they will start to twiddle with their guitars with their Les Pauls, damn it. So yeah, that's really nice to hear, and I hope you're all enjoying playing a bit more than you normally would in these dark times. And don't forget to like and subscribe and follow my ninjas. I'll see you later. Bye.